Welcome to The Explainer. Looking around today in 2026, it really feels like we are standing at the absolute precipice of a massive technological shift. We're not just talking about some cool new gadgets here. We're looking at a fundamental restructuring of the entire global economy. So let's jump right in. Okay, so here's the question that's literally keeping millions of professionals up at night. Is AI taking my job? And yeah, it's a huge jolt to the system. But honestly, that is actually the completely wrong question to focus on. If you're only looking at what might be lost, you're completely missing out on this unprecedented wave of wealth creation that's happening right now. It's happening for this tiny, highly focused group of people who are out there actively building the new systems. It's time we shift our mindset from just job preservation to active wealth creation. To get us there, here's our roadmap for today's explainer. First, we'll look at the new AI workforce. Second, the rise of digital agents. Third, humanoids and smart infrastructure. Fourth, monetizing medicine and media. And finally, number 5, we're going to lay out your 2030 wealth blueprint. All right, section 1, the new AI workforce, moving from fear to system building. So there's this massive shift happening in corporate environments right this second. Think about the old rules of the internet. You needed these huge, expensive, honestly kind of slow content departments just to pump out blogs, videos, and campaigns. But the new way, it's literally just one single AI content systems builder. Just one person operating advanced tools to generate that exact same output. Because one person can now effectively do the work of an entire traditional department, they are wildly cost-effective and, as you can imagine, highly sought after by brands. Let's dive right into how you can capitalize on this. You can actually become an AI automation consultant. And here's the absolute best part. You don't need to know how to write a single line of code, not one. Step 1 is simply spotting the business bottlenecks, stuff like wasted hours on customer support, emails, or tedious data entry. Step 2, you just connect existing AI tools to handle those tasks automatically. And step 3, you command a premium consulting fee. Look, you are saving these companies massive amounts of time and money, so they are more than happy to pay you a premium for getting them that exact result. Moving on to section 2, rise of digital agents. We're talking about designing the non-human workforce. So what exactly is an AI agent? Simply put, it's a highly sophisticated digital entity that can independently handle really complex tasks. We are talking about literal digital employees that work flawlessly 24 hours a day without ever taking a break or needing to sleep. It's wild. And major players like Siemens and NTT Data, they're already moving way beyond simple chatbots. They're deploying these agents for serious enterprise-grade autonomous execution right inside their workflows. And the sheer scale of this trend is just staggering. To put it in perspective, the AI agents market is projected to hit $48.3 billion by 2030. That's growing at an incredibly fast 43.3% compound annual growth rate. Businesses are desperate for these ready-to-deploy agents. They want plug-and-play solutions to instantly boost efficiency without dealing with heavy custom development. Honestly, the folks designing these agents are basically writing their own paychecks right now. But we definitely have to address the reality here. This technology isn't magic, and it definitely comes with risks. As AI systems get more powerful, cyber threats get way more sophisticated. Plus, without meticulous data, these AI models will just hallucinate and break down completely. But here's the silver lining. This creates 2 incredibly lucrative new roles. You've got the AI cybersecurity specialist, who defends these digital systems, and the AI data curator, who cleans and manages the essential training data. Without these protectors in place, the whole system just falls apart. All right, on to section 3, humanoids and smart infrastructure. This is where we see the tangible physical shift. Now we're leaving the purely digital realm and stepping into the physical world, right? Where software meets metal. Say hello to the digital twin. It's basically a perfect virtual replica of our physical energy grids. And we need this because by 2030, we are looking at a 3% annual surge in global electricity demand, plus up to 240 million electric vehicles hitting the roads. AI and these digital twins can simulate load distributions and optimize energy flow in real time. We're talking about projections that slash energy costs by 20% and reduce emissions by up to 15%. It is an absolute game changer for sustainability. And then there's the physical labor side of things. The humanoid robotics market is rocketing toward $38 billion by 2035. A big reason? Manufacturing costs are dropping by an astonishing 40% year over year. In fact, in 2026 alone, we're seeing anywhere from 50,000 to 100,000 humanoids actually shipping out. We already have Tesla's Optimus working in Fremont, Figure AI's robots over at BMW, and Agility Robotics' digit-moving totes around at Amazon. Think about it. They're bipedal, they use human tools, and they operate in environments that were built specifically for us. Now, I know seeing all this physical automation can sound pretty terrifying for human jobs, but let's take a look at something called the ATM paradox. Back in 1970, before ATMs were really a thing, there were 300,000 bank tellers in the US. By 2010, when ATMs were literally everywhere, there were 600,000 tellers. Crazy, right? But why? Because automation lowered the cost to operate a branch. So banks opened more branches, which actually required more human customer service roles. Automation initially scales a business and creates entirely new careers. Just think of the thousands of robot maintenance technicians we're going to need just to service all these humanoids. Okay, Section 4, monetizing medicine and media. We're talking precision ecosystems and synthetic stars. $17.1 billion. Let that number sink in. That is the projected size of the AI and precision medicine market by 2032, and it's growing at nearly 31% a year. AI algorithms are chewing through insanely complex datasets to expedite drug discovery and really personalize treatments. For instance, pharmaceutical giant Sanofi has already teamed up with Exscientia to use AI platforms to identify and develop new drug candidates for oncology. So AI is literally helping us decode and target cancer way faster than we ever could before. Now, if you're an entrepreneur looking to enter this specific space, here's your roadmap for launching an AI health tech startup. Step 1, identify a very specific niche, something like early detection diagnostics. Step 2, you've got to gather incredibly high-quality specialized healthcare data to actually train your models. And step 3, and this one is absolutely non-negotiable, guys, ensure strict regulatory compliance and patient privacy. We're talking HIPAA in the US, for example. Yes, the barrier to entry here is high, but the potential impact and the revenue are astronomical.
Let's pivot for a second from saving lives to, well, selling lifestyles. $2.5 million. That is the estimated yearly earnings of a synthetic, entirely virtual influencer named Lou of Magaloo, and that's from just 74 posts. She works with luxury brands like Prada, she never sleeps, she never ages, and you know what? She never complains on set because she isn't even real. AI has firmly edged its way into influencer marketing, and these synthetic avatars are already out-earning a lot of real-life human creators.
The business model for these virtual creators is actually fascinating. Brands absolutely love them because they offer perfectly consistent output, zero travel costs, and they're infinitely scalable across multiple languages and markets all at the exact same time. But there's a massive catch. If brands use them just to churn out cheap, soulless content, audiences are going to see right through it. Long-term storytelling, authenticity, and transparency are absolute necessities here. Otherwise, you risk entirely losing human trust, which, let's be honest, is the whole foundation of influence to begin with. And finally, Section 5, your 2030 Wealth Blueprint, the impending deadline. Over the next few years, society is really going to split into 3 distinct groups based on how they handle all this disruption. Group 1, they'll just fear AI and worry about what they might lose. Group 2, will actually take the time to learn how to use the tools, which is definitely a step in the right direction. But Group 3, this tiny, highly motivated group is going to actively build businesses and careers around it. They are the ones who will become the AI business strategists. And let me tell you, the contrast in wealth generated between Group 1 and Group 3 is going to be truly staggering. The absolute crucial point here is perfectly captured in this quote on the screen. History shows that every major technological shift creates new opportunities. What feels like crazy disruption is actually unprecedented wealth creation. From the Industrial Revolution to the birth of the internet, this pattern is proven time and time again. So if you're feeling anxious about the sheer pace of this change, just take a breath. This AI transition is really simply the newest chapter in a very, very old story. Which brings us to our conclusion for today. The question really isn't whether AI is going to change the world. I mean, that is already happening right now in our energy grids, our factories, our hospitals, and our media. The real question is this: which side of the 2030 wealth divide will you be on? Are you going to be the one fearing the change or the one building the systems that actually power the future? Start preparing, start learning, and start building today. Thank you so much for joining us for this explainer, and we will catch you next time.